See, I've been recording this because I thought, oh, we're still chatting.
Damn it. Thank God I didn't go any tirades.
Alright.
Apart from Sniper Wolf. Kick her headed.
She's early YouTube still. I'm surprised,
is.
like a lot of... Not even YouTube, Twitch.
Mm.
That's how she got... That's the...
Is it?
Because wasn't she not around when it was Justin TV? Back in the early days, during the war. Back when people
Showing
used to...
your age now.
Yeah, back when people used to fight over Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh no. That was a thing. I don't understand. I never really got that, and I definitely...
It was like Bloods and Crips.
Exactly. I'm not going to PlayStation. I'm not an idiot. Get an Xbox.
Yeah, I've got it. 360 was better.
Yeah.
PS4 was better.
Yeah.
PC is now better.
Yes. It went PlayStation 1 if you could get one, then PlayStation 2, 360, PS4. I stopped at 360 because I couldn't justify another games console.
Nah. It's once you realise, like, oh shit, I just lose all of the... Oh, we don't have backwards compatibility. And I was like, sick, now I have another thing I have to keep.
Yeah. A thing to put on a shelf.
Yeah, because this was during the time where I couldn't just download every game and everything had to be on a disc.
Mm-hmm.
The 360 was a chunky boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got mine. Crack them out sometimes.
It's a quality bit of gear that only red ringed, I think, twice. It's sent away and it comes back 3 months later. You're like,
excellent,
oh, great, sick. I can't do this again.
Maybe I should sell mine. I don't know whether
there's definitely no market for the 360 anymore.
What if it happens the same as like old handhelds and stuff like that, where they have a little resurgence laid out of nostalgia, and people are like, I really want to play Halo 3. I know I can play it on any console.
I can literally go onto PC, get the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, and it would cost me less than buying this Xbox
buy it on
360.
CD. Because we're now living in the generation of the aftermath of, oh shit, people can make money off of collectibles.
Yeah.
Which is currently crypto.
Yeah.
Collectibles was just early crypto. You just had to invest in it.
Oh god. But it also like feeds into your hoarder nature real bad.
Everyone's a collector. They just nobody wants to admit it. Like, everyone's also a nerd. If you like football, you're a football nerd.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. If you like cars, you're a car nerd.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
fantasy football. Yeah, you're not a nerd. Of course not.
No. You don't look at statistics, you fucking nerd.
Football is basically anime.
You
have a team, you support that team, they're the underdog, they train.
Where anime, you have a Dakimura. With football, you have Stone Island jumpers. And you shag them respectively. You have a pair of gazelles, some skinny straight jeans, a Stone Island jumper, and a very close haircut.
Only at the bottom though, you know, it has to have some sort of fade because you're with the times.
Yes.
Even
hey,
though
that's
you're
my haircut. Are you calling me out for it? Oh shit, do I have a football hooligan's haircut?
I think you might.
Oh dear. Should we start the show?
Yeah, we might as well. Is that the cold open?
We could just chop it in somewhere.
We'll just chop it in. We'll put it at the end.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Well, on the podcast.
Welcome.
We're back.
We're back.
What time is it? What day is it? It's 7:20 on a Monday, and it is the...
It's the 18th of October.
Sorry, this watch was wrong for a while.
Don't give them analog times. It is 1920. Figure it out yourself.
Figure it out. We're going military.
We're going military in this one.
We've had a hiatus.
Yeah.
We had 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off.
We have life got busy.
We have a hard and fast rule of if we're not free on a Monday, we don't do it any other day.
No, we keep on talking. We'll do it on Discord. It'll be fine. Yeah, no. But then we end up just playing. Well, at the minute, Sekiro, and that's real tasty. I love that anger, Dave. Real salty. It's a side I don't see of you often. That bitter, salty side.
Just come in the car with us. You see it every drive.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that as well.
Yeah. Sekiro. Yeah, we'll talk about Sekiro. I've been streaming a smidge of Sekiro. I fell out of love with it because I hit a wall that I didn't know was a wall.
So apparently,
massive spoilers.
Yeah, well, we haven't finished yet.
Oh yeah,
comrade, it's a collective effort.
We're
We cheer
all in
you
this
on
together.
Go, David. David is the master of just breezing past the main path. You know, it's like the big arrows in Resi where it's like, go this way.
Follow the light.
Yeah.
Well, what's in the dark?
No, you're just like, going for that secret ending, boy.
Yeah. I know that the main path's always going to be there, so why wouldn't I go to a secret path first?
Yeah.
But the issue is, well, I got... Matthew bought me Sekiro. I think it was like it might have been like the start of the year, because it was on sale. Yeah. And I had said, it's not quite 20 quid. When it comes past 20 quid, I'll get it, and then that'll be good. And he said, no, I've bought you it. Shut up and start playing. And
shout out Matthew.
Shout out Matthew, thank you very much. And I put in a chunk of hours into it, and I got past like the mini sort of tutorial bosses, and then the bull, and then a few of the swordsmen and things like that. And then I was like, right, I'll go this direction. And basically found my way into one of the areas that's optional, that you go to the area to start a special ending.
Apparently so. So David going in with the hacks.
Me go
pretending like he doesn't have the strategy guide open the entire time. Oh, I've stumbled across this part. I've just seemingly chopped down this correct part of bamboo and spanned this door. Yeah.
I put in the cheat codes and I got there. But going into that area, I am still exceedingly low level, which means anything that hits me in that area pretty much one-shots us. And I found that I had completed the area I'd gone to every bit, and it seemed like there was nowhere else to go, but there was a boss. So
was that the monkey boy, the one with the long claws?
The centipede guy. Yeah. Yes. So in my head I was like, right, well, I'm in this area. I don't know that it's off the beaten track at this point.
Yeah.
So I must just need to get much better and beat this boss.
Just gotta get good at parrying.
And we've got a Discord chat of every death. And I reckon a good 100-ish deaths, maybe just under, are dedicated to this boss.
Of you just getting clapped.
Me just getting clapped. Me getting one shinobi execution in through stealth, and then just immediately dying over and over and over again. And Matthew had seen me through this and not said a word.
Watched you and then, sitting, scheming the little shit.
Laughing.
Cackling.
Then yourself and Bethan came on to have a little bit of a watch yesterday the night before. And they were like, oh, so is David going the right way? Is he doing anything? And you went into a separate channel.
No, we definitely
we definitely. And they talked about it. And I believe the first words they worded when I was undeafened was, yeah, David, you got this. Keep going.
As soon as I found out David was so underleveled and going the wrong way, I was like, if he pulls it off though, if he's got this in the fucking bag.
Yep.
He is truly the god gamer.
It's not possible at my level to get that area, and even if I did, nothing would happen.
No. I just wanted it for the flex.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see you do it.
So I subsequently left and tried to find the right direction of going. Found a direction. Realised I then couldn't beat one of the guys that was in that direction, so I had to go round him. Then found the same boss as the first time in a new location, and was like...
Which one was that?
It was this... It's in the caves, and you go into a room that's like an indoor room. For some reason it's wood, and it blocks you off with the smoke. And it's the same hooky guy.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't beat him before. I'm not beating him again. I must have gone the wrong way somehow again. And he was like, have you prayed? And I was like, what is... I don't remember anything of this game. And I went and prayed at the altar thing, and it took me to a new area.
You've travelled back in time.
I've travelled back in time. And I'm actually playing the game now. Except I went the wrong way again.
Well, no, here's the thing. Went the wrong way, killed some bosses, had some fun.
Yep.
Well, we had a giggle, and then we ended it last night.
Well, I went the way, I killed the boss, I then got to the end, and it was like, this door's locked. And then Matthew said, Oh yeah, you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to a different area first before you come here.
You've got to go get the key.
You need to go get the key. A much easier direction to go.
You've got to go talk to your fucking date.
Oh, yeah. So did that, and then I am now at Lady Butterfly.
Yes, and we had to leave it there.
Well, I had to leave it there because it was past midnight.
And people have work.
Yes, people have lives. So I'm currently at Lady Butterfly. Don't know how long that'll take.
I imagine quite a while.
I imagine quite a while.
Because we were pretty hype when you got down the first phase, and then we just saw the respawn and then the mob spawn. And we're like,
oh, it's not happening tonight,
it's one of
boys.
these.
Yeah.
I mean, first phase, first time.
First phase, first time.
That's pretty good.
I can live by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the grind because
No.
I don't even know
Gonna need a montage.
where to begin
No.
to defeat Lady Butterfly.
You're gonna have to bribe Matty.
Yeah. I mean, I
and
could
tricks.
just very easily Google it, but we're not playing that.
No,
That's
no.
not what we're doing.
No, it ain't about that life.
I think I need to understand what a Mercury counter is.
No.
Okay.
No.
I heard they're not important.
No, because people say that Sekiro's too easy.
I've heard that.
Yeah, people are like, oh, out of all the Soulspawn, Sekiro.
Easiest one.
Because there's so many lanterns.
So many
Buddha's
lanterns.
statues.
The idols.
Idol
champions.
Bonfires.
By Wizards of the Coast.
Oh.
A weeb share here.
Right.
Yeah, so that's Sekiro. And that's kind of been me.
Yeah? I mean,
previously.
how did we get down this? Was it just...
Not a clue.
We just started and saying what we're doing during the week?
I think so.
Yeah? So?
Maybe. We'll have to listen back and it's like, tell me one thing that you've done
I
yesterday.
know, right?
Other than that, we've just been doing Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like we've just been having the time of our lives.
We're having
Easy
a great
peasy.
time, yeah? Life got busy for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Shit happens.
Yes.
A lot of shit happens sometimes. But we can't. Well, we'll not talk about that.
Well, maybe after podcast after dark, the secondary.
Oh yeah, on the Patreon.
What's our
When we take our
secondary
socks
one?
off.
Yes.
It's just a laptop camera pointed at our feet while we chat.
Good evening, sockless boys.
We bitch for 15 minutes.
Just twiddle toes.
Interlink toes.
It's got little pedicure things,
No.
the toe separators.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, feet interlocking is a vile.
I had this
Vile
conversation
image.
with one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets into feet? Like what? What?
Apparently.
Do you reckon you're born with it?
Apparently, it's a misfire.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's a misfire in your brain.
On cylinder 4. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's,
Right.
It's not just a kink. It's an actual like. No, you fucked, fam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Take that. What's his name?
Yeah, take that.
Feet Man. What's he called?
I don't know.
Pulp Fiction?
Oh, Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Disgusting, Tarantino. I mean, at least don't put it in your movies, you
Ugh.
weirdo.
It's weirder now that we know.
Yeah, now looking back at it, it's absolutely mental. Sorry, I'm drinking and making a lot. This is very amateur.
Well,
I'm sucking on a soda. I'm full of cold. I'm drinking tea. We said hi and got into Sekiro. When we started, we were like, again, fucking, this is routine.
yeah.
We said we'd organise.
Said, yeah, we're going with a plan, it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And then you said, I've already started recording.
Yeah, we talked about editing for a bit. It was good.
Yeah, great.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome
We're
to... Welcome, we're back.
It's good evening, boys. It's episode 6.
Filmed on an evening.
Yeah, and it's now 7:30
Good lord.
on Monday the 18th of October.
But in editing world, it's been 2 minutes.
Wow, craziness.
Crazy.
Welcome back. If you're listening, thank you very much for
Yes.
getting this far.
If you're not, well...
I can't. I don't know what to say.
I
If
don't
you're
know
not
what to
listening,
say.
you've just. I'm not angry.
I'm not angry. I'm fuming.
Yeah, one less person to subscribe to the Patreon.
Oh no.
So this episode, we're going to chat for a bit. We're
Yeah.
going to chat for about. We'll just wrap up. See what we've been doing.
Yeah.
However,
Niall has a plan for this one.
yeah. We've recently both watched Squid Game.
As
and
has most of the...
Yeah, so if you haven't seen Squid Game, this episode isn't for you.
Well, I'm sure we'll have some sort of witty commentary.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing that's been said before.
Yeah, I'm sure anything that's hit Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll say some off-the-cuff comments.
Oh, yeah.
Some risque, something that's going to get edited out. Maybe a bleep or two.
Probably.
No.
Who knows?
What do we like? So yeah, we've recently both watched Squid Game. We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be most of the episode.
The meat of it.
Yeah. We'll both... Let's start off with a general overview.
Yes.
Don't without saying what happened.
Okay.
And without giving anything away. What's your opinions? Spoiler-free review.
Spoiler-free review. Okay. All right. Okay. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so I have an opinion of. I think it was very, very good. Okay, hang on. I'm going to start this point again because it's tricky to actually work it out in my head before I say it. So I'm unsure whether it was a really good show that really worked in pulling a viewer in, or it was just subs because you physically can't hold your phone and watch it at the same time. So would it have been as good, like other shows that are good, would they be hitting as well as they are if you had to read and watch it and couldn't watch anything else while you're doing it? That being said, I do think it was a fantastic show. The only caveat is the rest of the world watched it and was like, oh my god, have you heard of Squid Game?
Damn it. Are we gatekeeping again?
I think we might be gatekeeping.
Fuck.
Damn it. We're minutes in.
Oh, it's a theme. We're not minutes in. It's been 25.
It's the internet's thing. It's like, oh, episode 2 when they do that thing. And then on Instagram it's 100 people doing that. And then on Instagram it's also, we've made Squid Game and Roblox and Minecraft and GTA. And you're like,
aha, look at Squid Game
cool.
mask. Get it for Halloween.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's, so yeah, overall pretty good.
I thought it was good. There was some flaws. I feel like it has been overhyped, and there's a few areas where they made creative decisions that I disagree with. Quiet phone.
At least it's on vibrate.
Soft surface. Yeah, there's a few decisions that they made that I really disagree with, and I think could have been better. But then again, that's very easy for me to say when I didn't write it or film it or direct it or produce it.
Yeah, but that's the thing of a critic though.
Yes.
As long as you can say this is bad.
Yes.
Or well, not bad, but this is objectively bad. Let's say, in my opinion. And I could. Here's what could be done differently, because it's so easy to be like, terrible, blah.
It's rubbish. Yeah. Next question.
Not gonna watch it. I'll not wait for it because we'll do a review.
Okay.
We'll do a rating.
What are your opinions? Of
My opinions.
Squid Game.
Oh, very similar to yours.
Okay.
I agree very much with the sub thing. I think if you put it on with dub, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of character that comes from the actors. However, it would be a lot easier not to pay attention if you dubbed it.
Yes.
I agree. You need to read it. There was times where I was like, okay, I'll look at my phone for a second.
Definitely.
Shit, I've missed all of that. I need to read it. Or I'll be like, Bethan, what was said there. I'm going to say it, and I've said it here before.
Yes.
Would it have been, I'll put it nicer though than how blunt, would it have been as good if it was Western?
Ooh.
Would it not, wouldn't...
Interesting.
Is it as good as it is because it's Korean? It's a bold, because you know what, like Parasite and what's the new one as well? I can't remember. Squid Game and all this new Korean cinema coming out. It's still in its infancy. So if you look at 1950s and 60s cinema, there's a lot of overacting and shouting, and the way to convey an emotion is just to shout at
explicitly give it.
I'm passionate, which means I'm shouting.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. We've come a long way to show a lot more with a lot less.
You seen Denzel Washington and
Oh,
Equalizer?
Yeah.
Passion, but without being over the top, dramatic, Expendables.
Man on Fire as well.
Man on Fire, yeah. Like passion, anger, but without doing anything explicitly. I'm on a warp. You know what I mean? Bethan's just came through the door.
Steaming.
We'll finish this. 2 seconds, we'll pause. We're back, and it's been like half hour, but for you, no time at all.
No.
What we're talking about? We're talking about Squid Game.
Yes.
And we're talking about how they overacted at times.
At times, yes.
Not in a bad way. Going back to harkening back.
Harkening.
We're harking back to the infancy of Korean cinema.
Yes.
It's the same as the 50s and 60s.
Right.
How everything is overacted
Yes.
and over dramatised because that was the way everyone did it. And Korean cinema is currently at that point where
finding its feet of showing that sort of thing.
I'm not saying that they're bad actors. I'm just saying that there's still a lot to process.
Yes.
And learn from. Like it was. I'm not saying it's all the same culture, but there's points during the show where they don't talk like people.
Yes.
You find the balance in things like, let's say, Breaking Bad, for example, where a conversation is a very realistic conversation between two people.
Yes.
This has nothing to do. Why is this person shouting?
Similar to our feet fetishist, what's his name?
Tarantino.
Tarantino does very good conversations between actors.
Sometimes too well.
Sometimes too well.
He's a master of putting a conversation to diffuse any tension, to make you to just forget about everything that's happened, to then ramp it back up again.
Yeah.
To put in a 5-minute conversation, exchange and just like the quarter pounder with cheese thing.
Yes.
Chaos is about to happen.
Yeah, you know it's about to happen.
Yeah, but
it's everywhere in that scene.
Yeah, but it's completely diffused by the drive there, where they're just going like, I've been to Europe.
Yeah, what do they call it? Yeah. That's that.
It completely it diffuses the mindset of tension. Something's about to happen. It's what you want from cinema. You don't want to see the same unique, same thing over and over again. The same plot of these are the two protagonists, somebody crosses them, one of the protagonists leaves because he feels unwanted, they reunite, happy ending, they defeat the bad guy.
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney,
But
it's similar to Reservoir Dogs to start when they're having a conversation about why am I Mr. Pink, why is he Mr. Orange? Well, that sort of thing where it's a believable conversation cut in with them running away from being chased by the police.
Yeah.
And especially if you compare the likes of the Royale with Cheese scene where he's like, that's a tasty burger.
Yeah.
That, how they're going in, they've got a situation that they're definitely going to be killing people in. Spoilers if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction. But if you compare that to like the likes of Scarface, equally a beloved crime film, where at the start they do the drug deal and it goes wrong, and it's already going to go wrong and it sort of drags, but it's not done as well where it's going to happen and it's happening fantastic. Whereas with Pulp Fiction, it's like something bad's about to happen. Oh, there's now a hell of a lot of tension, and they've carried on a conversation that's been happening from before. And you kind of have some intrigue into the character from that, and then it ramps from there. So
the whole burger thing continuing, to carry through the transition between car, to building, to room, to murder, for that to continue, it's writing a character's story without being this is this, here it is. Like I'm explaining everything. It's like these two people. John Travolta's and Samuel L. Jackson's characters, these people are so blasé about killing people.
This is just their job.
This is just another day.
Yeah. But they can have a normal conversation.
But at no point do they say that. At no point this is like, oh, this is nothing for us. We do this on the daily. It's like, no, I'm going there. That's a tasty burger.
Yeah.
And then he spouts some shit about what and Ezekiel and kills the guy.
Yeah. So in that comparison, it feels like there's a little bit of finding feet of that sort of South Korean cinema to tell stories with a little bit more subtext than super text? Big text. With less big text.
It's got a bit more thought into it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that just because something is thought-provoking makes it good, at Russell Brand.
Right. Yeah, but you can spout anything, and as long as you give it a long enough pause, people will think, actually, I've thought about it.
You ask it rhetorically and raise an eyebrow, you're like, maybe he's onto something.
Have you ever thought we're all just chickens in one big coop? Oh, no, Russell, correct.
Wow, you've explained capitalism.
I've never thought of it like that.
Anyway, while you sit in your house and make that shit podcast, I'm going to go to work. Another cog in the machine, but hey ho, Russell? So, I think we did pretty well there without spoiling.
Yeah.
Out of dead dads, was it 5 dead dads? Was it 10 dead dads? You've seen it the once, you've watched it through the once.
Yes.
So for initial, I've seen Squid Game. I have not looked back anymore. What do you reckon?
What's the scale?
Let's say 5 dead dads.
5 dead dads, and 5 is good.
Yes.
Okay.
Top notch dead dad.
I would say it's a 3.
Okay.
Middle of the pack.
Let's say we'll cut it out. 10 dead dads.
Okay.
10
Ted
Jesus.
Dads. Who's Ted?
10 dead dads.
10 dads called Ted.
Yes. How many of them are dead?
Jesus. I would say 6, so double 3.
Yeah.
So it's still above average. Could have been better, and the reason I say that is because I've watched all of it, and the first few episodes are great, and the last episode I disliked, and there was a lot of... I think when I first spoke about it, I was like, I've just seen the first episode. If it continues the intrigue and mystery like this, oh my god, it's going to be great. And for that reason, it's not... It would be pushing to a 7, but I'm going to be ruthless and say 6 because there were bits of it that I really disliked. Yeah, I would stand by that. I don't know how spoilerific I can get without getting...
Would you recommend it?
I would 100% recommend it.
That's fair.
I would 100% recommend also, if you see anything on TikTok, Instagram or Facebook that is labelled as anything Squid Game related, don't watch it. It doesn't even need to be a spoiler, but it's just irritating, and it'll make the scene that you're about to watch a meme, and you don't want that.
No, I don't know. Before I say my bit, I don't know why people have the thing there where it's like, well, the new show. It started with Game of Thrones. Yeah. It got like season 3 of Game of Thrones, where people are like, well, it's the biggest show, so everyone's seen it, and if people aren't looking for it, there's no way for this to enter their feed. It's the fucking internet.
Oh yeah.
Everything's everywhere all the time, you dickheads.
Of course.
Stop spoiling shit just because you think funny. Just give it 2 weeks.
We've
at
seen
least.
it, so let's make a meme about the ending.
Can you imagine on the night just being like, that's funny, I'm going to put that into the ether. Guess what? Nobody else was at your fucking watch party. Jesus Christ.
People really fall off, don't they? It's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's being like, well, I've seen it, so it's everybody else's problem who hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, I've put it on the internet, so there can be no repercussions at all, and just, I'm sat here going, well, shit.
Yeah.
That's ruined.
There's no good time of someone being spoiled on anything.
Nah. Red Dead Redemption 2 was that for me.
Right.
Was like, I got halfway through, I kept so clear and just mistakenly went on Twitter one day and was like, "Bokka." Do you know the ending?
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, we won't go into it because Red Dead's one of those games where no matter how old, play a Red Dead.
Like
2.
I haven't played either game,
yeah,
but I know all about the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's the big moments you remember, but it's the little bits that you like. This is what makes the Red Dead is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Back to Squid Game.
I think I had a similar one when Avengers Endgame, or whichever one was not Endgame. Which was the first one? Infinity War?
Infinity War, yeah.
And throughout the series of that Endgame and then Infinity War and Endgame, a few, I'm not going to say who, but a few characters
No, fuck that.
A few characters die.
Yeah. I think Marvel's just fair game.
Yeah,
spoil.
totally. It's in a few of the films. But I remember being in university at that time, and I couldn't watch it on the night because they were booked for like a week. So I was working at university, and some kids came in from a year below and were just spouting off about all the characters dying, and I was like, "Are you actually serious? You've come in the next day, and you're talking about how I didn't expect it for that person to die." And you're like, of all the places to talk about a nerdy thing with spoilers, the university doing physics is not the place.
We all want to or have seen it,
For Christ's sake.
I'm always very careful about people, like, when we talk in public about a TV show, like Midnight Mass, chatting about that as you're just walking through the street, and I was like, but they might be listening.
They might be watching
that person who just walked past me, like, what the fuck,
Oh,
guys?
man. I've put my foot in my mouth on a few occasions doing that, and it feels so bad. Like, I did it with Matthew when we were talking about Squid Game, and you guys said, you're on episode thingy, and I was like, oh, so you know about thingy?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And so I was thinking, sorry, I can't take it back.
No, the words that came out now. I can't grab them and put them back.
I did. What was the first one I did it with? It was Orange is the New Black back when I watched that, I didn't hate Orange is the New Black, and I thought it was cool.
Because it's different.
And then you realise, no, the main character's awful. And it's one of the characters, I can't remember her name, also spoilers for something that came out years ago, that wasn't very good. But one of the characters that I really liked kept on talking about her husband, boyfriend, whatever it was, and how can't wait to go and see him. And it turns out that she's not with the guy, she's stalking him. That's part of the reason that she's... Anyway.
Right.
And I remember being on holiday with a few friends and got onto the conversation. It's like, oh, you watch it as well. Wasn't it crazy? Because I thought we were at the same point because I was so behind.
Right.
Of like, oh, I really like that character as well. So it was mental when that happened, and they were just like, we didn't know that. Because you can't just go, I lied. It doesn't happen.
I think I genuinely did that with Snape kills Dumbledore, you know. I think I genuinely did that to somebody. I was like, mate, it's Harry Potter. Fucking watch the movie. You can't be like, oh man, what the fuck? It's Harry Potter. Fucking people fighting with sticks and colours. Shut up.
That's your hatred of Harry Potter coming
out again.
That's it.
I will continue to die on that hill.
Maybe we should spoil loads of old games that people don't realise have spoilers.
Ooh, well, like...
Sure, just go through all the deaths and reach.
George dies and it's the worst one.
Oh. Out of all the ones. Like, when you realise that a character dies and that at the end of every, like, main point, you're like... Oh no, it's happening.
And then Cat dies, and you know, kind of nobody cares. And then
Cat was the one with robot arm.
Yeah.
That was the most bullshit death.
What? Just the headshot?
Yeah. Just like going for a run. Oh.
We've all done it, but this jackal's just shot me.
Yep.
Because George dies on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers. Sorry. George dies on the ship and saves you. Sorry. Cat gets headshot. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Captain flies at the side of a scarab. Sorry. Emil gets...
Swordsman he's in the big gunner.
Yeah, Emil gets a sword through the back and he goes, who wants some?
And then dies off screen.
Yeah. And then
the sniper
June
is never seen.
Never seen again. This was... I remember there's been a meme in early Reach Group be like, fuck death.
You can't see me.
What else was a good one? What was it? What else was a big spoiler back in the day?
I mean, there's Rapture.
Captain Price kills Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rapture, yeah. Would you kindly?
Would you kindly? If you haven't played these games, doesn't really matter.
No. If anything, we're just opening up old wounds of people.
Like, remember when you were upset about this?
Yeah, remember back in the early 360 days when life wasn't as stressful and this was the biggest problem. Oh man, the Arbiter got back to Earth, but Master Chief is still in space.
No.
Oh,
what a shame. That is it. Like, I could spoil some really out there games that people will probably still
do it, man.
Do you know the Telltale series?
Yeah, I love Telltale.
Do you know they also did a Tales of the Borderlands?
Yes, but I have never played it. Go on.
Hello,
be
sir.
brutal.
I've got it on my computer. You can have it. Log in. It's excellent. It's like 10 hours of your life that you can split over evenings.
Yeah.
Probably less than that.
I did the Telltale Game of Thrones one, and it's terrible.
Are you saying a tag-along game
terrible.
based around a TV show wasn't great?
The first couple of seasons of the Walking Dead ones, very nice, and The Wolf Among Us from Fables.
That only had one season, didn't it?
It did, and it was unreal, and I loved it, and I made us buy all those comic books on that shelf there. And it was boopy towards the end, but that's Telltale. They've went bust now,
they do that. They can't do any more.
They ran out of money before they could finish The Walking Dead. Oopsie! Shouldn't have made it shit.
No, more people just need to buy it, that's all.
That's the issue.
Then it would have been good.
It's the consumer.
Yes, it always is.
Yeah, it's the customer's fault. That's what they say. That's what
there was a thing, I think it was on Eurogamer. It might have been Zoe who did the video on it, I forget, but she did she watched an interview with, do you know the person who made Days Gone?
The
zombie
video
game.
Yeah.
The video game.
The video game.
Video game. Digital Monsters. The video game.
Is that like the weird abomination?
Yeah. There was an interview with either the producer or the developer, and he was spouting off about how he doesn't like PC gamers because they very, very often only buy games when it's on sale, and that hurts the development phase because people don't buy new games.
Or maybe don't make a top-down. Isn't Days Gone?
Days Gone is the one with the motorbike and the zombies. The one was
that one.
Really hyped, and then when it came out, they were like, "Where are all the hordes of zombies that were in all of the trailers?"
Yeah, the one where it was like this could happen at any point. And it's going to be like a lumber mill where they're all running through the
lumber mill
rafters.
shot was like on everything.
Yeah,
for a
he's running
while.
through. He's tipping the wood down. He's blocking points, and then it was just go to this point, do the camp.
Yeah.
Make sure not to alert the zombies and kill the people.
There was loads of videos following that of like, we tried to recreate that video and it didn't happen. Like, there were zombies, but there's not half as many and they didn't act the same way. That sort of thing.
It's this is the in-game engine.
Yes.
Optimal running.
Yeah.
But you can't port that.
Yeah.
It's just you're running a tech
Your
demo
PS4
when people
isn't
fall
gonna run
for
it.
Nah.
But yeah, he talked about how like, if you want to support a company, buy it at launch. Trust that it's going to be a good game. And the interviewer was like, but what if it's not a good game?
Yeah.
And he didn't say like yours, but he was like so when your game came out, there were lots of bugs and people didn't like it, so people didn't buy it. So if they had just gone in and not enjoyed it, would you have preferred to have like bad reviews or people not buy the game?
I do love a sassy reviewer.
I think that came out in like a few. I don't know if he said those words, but like something like that. And that sort of thing of like developers being like, "Oh no, just buy it straight out of the box," and it does.
Just trust us.
Just trust us. Where the hell did I come up with that from? Where were we? We're talking about Telltale.
We're just talking about spoilers.
Telltale shut down, and
yeah.
Days Gone was a PlayStation exclusive, and then it didn't do as well, and then it came on a PC, and then the interview came out. That's where it came from, because you can get it on PC now.
I didn't know that. I imagine that it means that it runs exactly how
because it's running on the right format.
But it's the same as like, as long as the game hooks you.
Yeah. For
the first, let's say, you make an open game. It hooks you for the first 6 hours. You're in that at that point. You've because it's the mindset of, well, I've already invested this much time into this certain thing that if I needed, I might as well
finish it.
Might as well reach top level.
Yeah.
Acquire every city.
Were we talking about
The Witcher?
Ghost Recon Wildlands?
No, we're never talking about Wildlands.
Well, you start playing and be like, this is a cool system. Yeah. It's the same for the whole game.
And also The Division.
And I haven't played The Division for that reason.
Yeah, it's exactly that. The Division, let me down.
2 came out, and I was really hyped for 2. But it wasn't through its own servers. It was through Epic Games or something.
Another launcher.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. When a publisher just goes, I don't want that anymore.
What a time.
We were talking about Squid Game.
We were talking about Squid Game. Anyway, your review was...
Immediately it was just a 6.5.
6.5.
I don't want to just one up yet.
The 0.5?
Yeah, no.
0.5.
I am 0.5ing Dead Dads.
Are you?
It's a half a Dead Dad.
Is that a 6.5 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 13 out of 20? Because it somehow weirds me out when you give a 10-point scale and then you give halves. There's something really strange about that, and I don't know why.
Does that upset you? Right, fine, it's 6.3.
Stop. Because then what's the point? Just make it out of 100.
Alright, I'll say a 6 then. I'll agree with you.
It's a 63.5 out of 100.
Yes. We'll call it a 6.
6.5 I like, because it feels harsh to give it a 6 rather than a 7, but everyone gives things 7.
Yeah. It's not a 7.
Yeah.
But it's also, I wouldn't say as drastic as... the 0.5 is for... It's very well... the sets.
Yeah.
The sets
it's
alone.
Very, very well imagined.
The credit goes to the editing team, the sound design, the
set design,
props,
Yep.
makeup, and wardrobe. Everything about it. It was the thing that really drags down the show. Is the highs are really high, and the lows are long, tedious lows.
Yes.
With a lot of stop setting this up for season 2. Why does everything have to be we've got this great thing, let's hope we get another season. Yeah.
How can you possibly make it? Yeah, that is something that really dragged down.
We can't talk too much because that's spoilers.
Yes.
But it is it drags it down massively. Why does everything have to be a product? A thing that you can sell further and further.
But it has to be an open door, just in case enough people watch it, so that you can make another one.
Yeah. So, as 6.5 and a 6.
6.5 and a 6.
Average 6.25
out of 10.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Excellent.
6.25 out of 10 dead dads.
Dead dads.
Spoilers.
Let's get the spoilers.
Everyone dies. Apart from one guy.
And honest to God, if you didn't see it coming, get off. Don't watch.
If you're like, oh, I was really sad when that guy died, mate, you don't deserve Netflix. I'm surprised you could fill in the card details.
Do you understand what the point of this show is, you idiot? Jesus.
Do you want to start from big points, or do you want to start breakdown episode by episode?
Big points is interesting. Episode by episode is also interesting because I feel like if we did one then the other, we'd cover ourselves twice.
We'll do episode, so then it's not sporadic.
Excellent, because we'll know what happens in each thing.
Exactly.
I've got a laptop. We can afford 2 laptops.
We've got 2 laptops, and they're both Apple.
Not Spawn.
Apple though, if you're listening.
Apple though.
Don't Spawn. Don't an Android. Fuck you.
No. I sit here with my 2 Apple products. One of them I bought. The other one I got from you and Bethan.
The other one's just a recorder. Squid Game. I just when I googled it, I just typed in episode breakdown. You looking at porn?
No. Typed in Squid Netflix and it's not coming up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. It's thought about
Computer was just being a bit of a...
It's just done a poo.
Oh. Come on. There you go. If I do this. So now I can look at episodes and what they're called and remember.
Yeah.
Equally, I can just type in Squid Game episode. So it
starts off, and I remember you broke it down. Was it the last episode or the episode before when you were talking about episode 1 because you'd seen it by that point?
Yes.
And you were talking about how the card flipping and everything.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll talk about episode 1. You take it from what you got on your screen.
Episode 1 is Red Light, Green Light.
Yes.
Ooh. The most mysterious of the games. The first one.
Definitely the best game.
Interesting. Okay,
that's nah. I don't mean that. That's not the best. The best is the wrong choice. I'll come back to it.
I'll
come back to it.
Well, the game doesn't actually start for a little while.
No.
They build up one particular character that's obviously the main character, whose name is...
Oh, dear.
I refuse to get it wrong.
Contender 456.
Yes, Contender 456, because I can't pronounce the names properly. And
no, I don't want to go through pronunciations.
Because it's spelled like this, and I would...
Jihun, but that is the English pronunciation of...
So it's better to refer...
Yeah.
I know it sounds bad to refer to these people as
numbers. But the show does, so it's okay.
The show does. This man is a family man, as I've already said in the previous episode, and it's set up in the show where all of the characters represent a fatal flaw as a character, and his is not being supportive of his family in what should count most in his life, gambling, and just being a bit of a flake. Like, those are his character flaws, and it's obvious from the outset that this is going to be him progressing to not have these character flaws by meeting other characters that have different flaws. E.g. Ali's character being too naive and trusting without as much of a backbone for himself.
Yes.
That sort of thing. So it's set up with him. He's down on his luck and money. So you find out that he's behind by quite a substantial amount of money, and he signs a waiver for if he doesn't get the money back to the loan sharks.
Yeah, it starts off, you find out that he lives with his mother.
Yes.
Has a daughter to an ex-wife who's now with this new stepdad, and there's plans of
them
moving away and getting left behind, and he's not going to be dad anymore, and he thinks that all these troubles can be solved by betting,
gambling, and making money to then have a quick win.
Yeah, and then not seeing longevity of money, and not seeing that he very much lives in the present.
Yes.
And doesn't...
A parasite.
Yes. He doesn't live for anybody else but himself, and the only thing that matters is that he's living today.
Yeah.
And then after getting beaten up by some loan sharks that he owes,
they say if we don't get the money back, we'll just take organs, and that's why he signs with his nose blood on the thing, and that's supposedly the document that then is used.
Yeah.
Strange, because canonically that's weird for that to work.
Yeah, that's why have a two-step program?
Yeah.
Why for this secret organization are we like going out to street thugs for paperwork?
Yes. And why would it be? Because surely if they have that connection to the street thugs know about this,
or at least aware of shady millionaire something
like. So for context, the thugs, they are owed money by the guy. So they go to beat him up and be like, this is your last chance, otherwise you're either dead or we're going to harvest you. And then they sign away the thing to say, like, oh, if you don't have the money, we'll just take you. You're gone. And that equates to a mysterious company or force of people have that information, and they now say, well, you have signed it away. We have all this information now, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because that means that information has to have been bought or taken away from the thugs, which either means the thugs are working with the people, or there's this weird mesh that just doesn't work.
Turns out when you have enough money, you can just dox everyone.
But anyway, that at some point, he's very down on his luck, and after he's been beaten up by these guys, he's approached by a well-dressed businessman.
Yes.
In the train station.
I don't think he got enough credit. That guy. He was great. Yeah, he was refreshing.
Although you say he didn't get enough credit, there's a lot of thirsty people on the internet that really liked him.
Really?
Yeah. He's gotten a lot of love.
Really? He's a handsome man.
Very handsome man. Well dressed and shaved. But yeah, this businessman says, would you like to play a game? Not Jigsaw. Very different program. And the guy says no, and then the guy says, well, if you play this game, I'll bet against you. If you win, you'll get a lot of money. If you lose, you won't get a lot of money. To a point where he's like, he loses, your main guy loses, and he said, "I physically can't pay." So he says, "Okay, if you win, you get money. If you lose, I'll slap you."
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the game. And it's that sort of, it's kind of storytelling to tell the story of this character, that he's willing to get slapped in the face as many times as possible because he can take that as long as he's getting the money.
But they did that scene very well, where it wasn't like, right, I've won.
Yeah.
Give me the money.
Yeah.
It was like, right, I've won. I get to slap you around.
Yeah.
That was such like, I'll give when the as I say, when the highs are highs, and subtle little writings like that where it's like, this character is a piece of shit.
Yes.
Because it was about the money, and now it's like, well, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like he's lost all sight of this particular money. It's like he's living now, and he's getting slapped in the face.
The thing that he wants right now isn't money; it's revenge.
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's very good. The shot of it where it's really closed in, and he's going to he stops him, and it's like, this is your money, there's your win, and then he keeps on going. I thought that was really good. And at the end of that, he's handed a business card with Squid Game on it. With
the Sony.
Yeah. he's handed a Sony business card with a QR code on it.
Right. I get they were going for the... Sorry, I'm so coldy. I get they were going for the symbols and ranks and everything, but it was so close.
Yes.
It
could have been a
different font.
A lot of things, and they went with the PlayStation buttons.
Yeah, just it's weird to describe a shape in a font.
Yes,
but I was like, that's not right.
That's weird.
But I mean, like, just a different style of doing that shape. It didn't have to be. I don't know, the size, the diameter, everything about that shape is just so Sony buttons.
So Sony buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the people in red that wear the masks. But if you've seen probably anyone at Halloween by now, you've probably seen them already.
Yeah, you've definitely seen it.
But the Sony buttons refer to different ranks. But it could have been anything. It could have literally been the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in South Korean.
Yeah.
And that would have made equally amounts of sense. It just would have had a bit less intrigue for the first episode.
I did really like how they never tell you the rank.
Yes.
Again, just showing you without
showing instead of telling the rank without telling you. Yeah, show don't tell. There's a that's so off topic what I was about to say. So yeah, he wins a few games, gets the money, and then is handed this business card, the Sony business card. It's gold and has a number on it for him to call this number if he wants to play another game. He's not told what the game is. Eventually he makes the decisions. There's some more character development, tiny bits where it tells you a bit more about him and his child and his lack of money and his lack of ability to be a dad to this kid. And then he calls a number and he's taken to a location. Well, he goes to a location and is get picked up and then is like gassed. So he's unconscious and then taken to a...
Yeah, I've got a little thing to say about the gassing.
Yeah.
So when he gets in the van, so he waits on the side of a... He rings the number, gets told to wait somewhere, waits on the side of the street, gets into the minivan that rocks up. There's 2 other people in the van.
Yeah.
He also gets gassed.
Yeah. They're getting
how many times?
All the gassings.
Can you imagine?
A minivan's worth of gases.
Anything.
He woke up with a mild headache. They didn't wake up.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm a bit foggy, and that guy's just choked on his own tongue.
Yeah.
It was while it was always that seat, which there was a shot where they all got back. We'll get to it.
Second episode.
But it was always that seat, and it was always, there was people in the back, and why would you
get in the back?
Yeah, it's sketchy. Why would you be like, okay, I'm getting in, I'll just do this weird little climb over, because the other person in the back would have had, or does the person in the front move them to the back? Because can you imagine being the guy in the back who's got in, saw the person asleep, went, God, they're out.
They're gone. Long night, is it?
Yeah. I've been listening to Billy Joel.
How long have you been working for Uber?
Weird, these new uniforms.
Are they part of the app thing? Is that what I'm paying for? This is an Uber XL.
Is this the luxury?
Is this the luxury?
I don't get to see your face.
This is weird.
Yeah, is it
Is
kinky?
this an eyes wide shut situation?
Did I select this?
Am I paying extra to be gassed?
Is this my preference?
Is it...
Has it suited
How do
my...
I change the preference? Is this the new iOS update?
Is this the algorithm?
Damn it!
This is best suited for me. Knocking me out.
God,
Well,
what have I been saying in my spare time for
I'll be
the
giving
algorithm?
I'll be giving you a 4 star.
Not 3.
No 3.
You give them a higher star rating than I give
3.5.
Squid Game.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a minivan, so it was comfy. They had the
That's
AC
true.
on.
Enough for the
They
people
gassed
to
them,
sleep.
they gassed them, but then they just expelled it straight away. So,
That's true.
and they had pretzels in the cup holder in the middle.
It was weird that they shot that actually in the episode. when before he was gassed, he offered him a bottle of water and a crisp.
Yeah. You want a mint, my friend?
Mint? Fantastic. Anyway.
So yeah, it's a good game. The thing as well, again, if you didn't see this coming, incredible that you got to Squid Game.
Wild.
You could navigate the library
Yeah.
to find it.
What you've basically done there is someone said watch Squid Game and you said yes, and then
Yeah.
immediately watched Squid Game.
If you didn't watch the opening scene of
Yep.
them playing the Squid Game
Yes.
and go, that'll never come into
That's
play.
never coming into
That-
play.
That's definitely won't be the last game.
Oh, yeah.
Me and you need to have a personal talk.
Have a conversation about what you're doing and
Yeah,
go back to school.
Yeah,
I forgot that was the first shot.
a lot happens in the first one. There's a lot of
Yes.
setup.
There's a lot of setup.
There's a lot of meeting people. There's a lot of they rock up. Everybody's in.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
awake in a big room.
Yeah, in like a gymnasium. It generally looks like basketball court.
Yeah, it does.
Tons of beds. You find out there's 456 people,
Yep.
and the main guy, my main
Yep.
man,
He is the last one.
he is the 456th dude,
Yes.
and 001.
Yes.
An
An
old
old man. His first friend
Yes,
in the
he's
games.
a big friend. You're number one.
you're number
And
one.
I'm the last one. We must be friends. We're destined for each other.
Destined for friendship.
So they go rock about. He finds that one of his childhood friends who used to play Squid Game with is there. Oh, it's terrible. It's what are you doing here? It's crazy. Then they all get brought to do the first.
Well, before that, there's
Yeah.
a little bit of thing because there's one of the best characters, the lady,
The lady.
the North Korean.
Oh, the what's her name? The runaway.
The runaway.
My mum's in China. No. Did the mum go back to? Did the mum get sent back to North Korea? I'm gonna sneeze. 2 seconds while you Google. Run away! Run away! Hear them.
Oh no!
It's your podcast.
Ah! This is where I'd tell some jokes, but I reckon everyone who's listening's already heard them. The number that I'm looking for is number 067, who is a North Korean. What's the word? When they come away from North Korea and come to South Korea.
I'm back.
He's back.
Are they still here?
I can't tell. Are you still here?
Probably not.
No response. No one's here.
Oh, well, dear.
But yeah, number 067, the lady.
Yes.
He's already met her because she steals his money.
Ah, yes,
in
the
first
pickpocket.
episode. Yeah, which because I've watched a load of things interviewing them afterwards and after the show as well. Wayne knocks her over and then like awkwardly tries to put the straw back in the mug and like hand it to her.
Yeah.
Wasn't part of the thing. You just thought it would be funny. So do you know how like immediately after she doesn't like raise her head, which is a bit weird, which has been knocked down.
Yeah.
And then someone's doing that because she was laughing. She's actually quite funny. Anyway, she's also in the game. So he's like, "You owe me money. What the hell's going on?" And as he's doing that, the big bad of the time, of episode 1, Snakeface, comes over, who is very aggressive and beats people. Makes his presence known. So you immediately, from like the first scene or two in the holding pen, as it were, you get a good sense of who your main characters are.
David, are you trying to say that we're establishing characters in the first episode?
No, fucking. It's crazy. I know.
Way nuts.
So you meet all of your main characters.
Mm-hmm.
apart from one.
Apart from one?
Apart from two. And they're told, you're all in here, you've all agreed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game, and if you win the game, you win a load of money.
Ooh, money. I like money.
I like money as well.
I'm listening now.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'll play a game. What is it? Check.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I'll play a game.
What playing?
What happens next? Do they go straight into the game? There's a bit more chat, isn't there?
There's a bit of parley.
Yes.
Some chatting. There's some establishing what you doing here. Oh, I've found this. Blah 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 blah. There's some clicks already being made.
Yes.
Snakeface is finding his other snaky boys.
His hatchlings.
Yes. The other heads of the Hydra.
Yes.
And then we'll call them the B team.
Yes.
So we'll call the bullies the A team, and then we'll call the rejects and the layabouts the B team, and the B team. There's a few because it's the old man.
There's the main guy. There's the intelligent older one who went to a specific university.
Yeah.
Which gets brought up a lot.
Yes, he was
this guy.
Class. Yeah, this guy's the 4, 5, 6's friend.
Yes.
218 or 216.
His number is 218.
Yeah.
You know your numbers.
Because I thought I was like, oh, is it half? And then no, it's not.
They're clever like that. You see.
Yeah. He went to a big high school, big uni. Sorry.
Big university. Yes.
Was like the talk of the town when he went away. Brought a lot of like respect to the house and family, and then you find out, spoilers for later on. He's been doing some embezzling, some illegal documents, and he's wanted. Yeah. So that's why he's there. But he never says this.
Yes.
He never says this. Never says it once, which is, he never comes clean. I'm sure. Because even when he dies, because everyone dies.
Not even in the show, everyone does.
I mean, I might be wrong.
He might say it at the end because he wants his man to be taken care of.
But I don't even think I just think he says, basically, look after me, man.
Look after me, man.
So, yeah.
He says it with the Geordie accent
I know.
as well. It's really out of character for him.
Look after me, ma.
Anyway.
Yeah, Mara.
You meet all these characters and then they're sent off into the game.
Yeah, and it's game one, and they get told it's a kids game.
Red light, green light. That's the name of the show.
Oh, we all like this one, and it's
you run to one end when it's green light. You don't run when it's red light.
Yeah, and there's a big doll animatronic.
Again, if you haven't seen the doll, plastered all over media.
Yeah, because it's different and quirky.
Yeah. Which is actually a doll from real life. It's in is it a theme park or something? So people are like, oh my god, they made it in real life. How spooky. And it's like, no. That's where it's from. People, man.
You just don't know the culture. And I'm not saying you should know, but don't be surprised when it's like, oh my god, this is a thing. Yeah. Surprisingly, I imagine a lot of things in Korean TV and movie have references to Korean culture.
Strange that.
Imagine. So yeah, you find out that the doll is tracking the green light, red light.
Yeah.
And that determines whether or not you're moving, and everyone's like, sound. The old man's particularly up for it. He's doing a big
Bloody
run.
loves it.
And then one guy, he established quite early, he's a bit of a knob.
Yes.
Because he's got dyed hair.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
loud.
how you know.
Yeah, he's got dyed blonde hair and ADHD.
That's how you know.
Yeah, he's just like, right, I'm not hanging about. I'm off. I'll bet you. And he's just away, and he gets caught moving, and it's
like,
yeah, it's a bang.
There's a bang. What could that have been?
He drops,
falls to the ground,
and his pal that he's betting with is like, hey man, get up. That's fucking. What are you doing down there? That's silly.
A big cough.
There's some stuff in that cough.
There's a lot. There's no air in that cough.
There's something to chew on.
Yeah, his insides.
Yeah, bit of shrapnel and some stomach lining.
Yeah,
and it becomes very real to everyone that this is the game now.
Elimination means elimination.
Yeah, you're stuck in there. You're gonna die, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of that. That's the episode.
That's it.
Nearly half of the contestants get wiped out.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
less because of you get told the next number in the next episode.
Yeah, it's established. Then everyone dies.
Yes, everyone tries to run for it. There's some pretty good shots.
Yeah,
of people like trying to escape. It's not. I'm a little bit of a stickler for like how it works in like making a good shot for a program and making it true to what's actually happening. Because the idea of like animatronic, you're moving, you get shot, that's it, you're dead. And then there's like, yeah, but that wouldn't make a fantastic scene if all people did was get shocked, move an inch, then immediately die. So why not have it where they're running for a bit, and then it's like, oh, now they die at a cool point to look at.
Yes,
which is a bit annoying because like they make it really far, and then it's like, oh, they're still being shot, and it takes a while for them to be shot. So how does why? What is it? Is just for the sake of cinematography to make it look better, but
with some of the complexity of the challenges as they go on as well.
Yes.
Why not just make the animatronic with the very complex darting cameras also have a fucking turret in it? Why? So that's the thing. So it's set in like a kid's playground.
Yes.
Empty courtyard. The dusty gravel on the ground. There's some lines on the ground, but the roof is open and high walls.
Yes.
In these walls are little cubby holes where people are just sticking barrels out.
Yep.
And somehow it is getting communicated via the doll to the exact person who needs to be.
I think it's all electronic for this one.
Even so,
but yeah,
why line the walls?
Why do
That's fucking nuts. Especially when they're like, okay, if you hide this, so that this is another thing that happens during the thing. If you, a lot of people find just like, what's the word for it? Realize that if you hide behind somebody, you're probably going to be saved. Yeah. If you've got walls, if you've got wall turrets, you can see that. Yeah. Why is there also cameras on the walls? Yeah. If we're doing that, if you're going to be a bear,
that's not fair and safe. That's not safe. That's not fair.
It's not safe.
It's not safe.
This hasn't got the correct PPE. Have you done a risk assessment for those turret
the
walls?
Masks? Jesus.
Oh, terrible. So yeah, many people die.
Yes. One thing that I really enjoyed about the first episode, it's not done as well in the episodes following it, is it felt really strange, out of place, and clinical where they set it up. So the courtyard that's been built for it is like someone has painted all the walls to look like you're in a playground. Yeah. And it's like the sand on the floor is like playground sand. But because it's got this weird scaling to it, it feels out of place. So as soon as they're in there, there's a bit of tension of like uncomfortable, because it could have very easily looked like a Takeshi's Castle. And the sort of like we've got this theme. We've got this theme. We've painted the sides to look like one. Let's all complete it.
Oh, no, I want to see. There has to be an edit of Craig Charles over Squid Game. Come on.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It feels eerie and clinical the way it's been set out, especially with how the size of the doll and where they've put the guns, and the fact that the way in is a gate rather than a door, and stuff like that is very particular that I really enjoyed because it made it feel uncomfortable to be in.
But it suited the game.
Yeah, it matched it.
I'm going to jump a little bit.
Yes.
But just to match your point.
Yes.
There's a one set in at a playground.
Yes.
That is just scaled up.
Yeah.
Why? Why? I feel like every game had its exact setting apart from that one.
Well, I think it feels out of place. So the reason that was scaled up is because everything's designed around a kid's game.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to feel like you're a kid.
So
size-wise.
So everything's bigger.
The marbles one.
Yeah.
You're in a normal sized place.
Yeah.
And this is spoilers, but like in the ones where you have to jump from place to place, that's in a normal sized place.
Yeah.
And the last one is a normal sized place because they're grown adults.
Yeah.
So why do it for particularly you notice the size in the second one? It's weird.
Yeah, it's. Don't get us wrong. It looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I think they did build a lot of the sets.
Yeah.
Which for
Yeah.
if you're the set designer,
Yeah.
I hope you win everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, as I say, it is the thing what carries the show a lot. Because if the show wasn't as visually stimulating as it is,
Yes.
people wouldn't want to hang about and read the subtitles.
100%.
So the bright colours,
There's a lot of very particular bright colours.
Yeah, you fucking nailed that.
Yeah.
But we'll carry on. So
They've realised the game is deadly.
Yeah, they realise it. People die. There's some allies made.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, Ali is Ali the ally.
Ali the ally saves our number 456.
Yeah, because he does a big trip.
Yeah, he does a trip. The arm strengths on Ali.
Yeah, he
Holds
must
them.
do nothing but shoulders.
Yeah.
Shoulders and chest, just upwards rolls.
Just upwards.
And he holds him for so long.
Yep.
And then they make it. Everyone's back. Everyone's contesting that people are dying. What kind of game is this? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then the realization of shit. If we all just say we want to go,
Yeah.
we can go. This is
Perfect.
this is part of the terms and conditions. I hope you don't mind. I'm like I want to hit the big points. They decide through democracy.
Yes.
Yes and no buttons. And the overall vote is leave. So they leave.
Yep.
There is a lot of protest. A lot of people are like, well,
Yes.
I'm just going to die out there on the street, so I might as well have a shot in here.
Yep.
And that is a lot of food for thought for a lot of other contestants.
Because they let them make the decision after they've seen that by more people dying, they get more money. Which is...
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so... Was that in episode 1?
Yeah, because the pig...
Yes.
The pig's from
right.
episode 1.
So yeah, is that before everyone chooses to...
I think so, because they say that's the enticement, because otherwise people would say no. Because... Yeah, they say... You've all made it through, congratulations, and then people kick off, and like, the weird thing about the terms and conditions, only one person knows the terms and conditions in the entire group, and we don't know it, and it's such a weird thing not to know.
Yeah.
So how does he know it, and no one else does? So there's terms and conditions of like, you can't stop someone else from playing the game, so if you want to try and kill someone in the game, you would be eliminated, that sort of thing, and that's one of the rules. Unless you're not in the game.
Unless you're given a steak knife.
Yeah, unless you're given a steak knife. Stuff like that. There's like a few rules on like leaving and stuff like that, and then they say, oh, but what about rule 3? And at no point were we ever told rules, which is a bit of an oversight when we're like, oh, that feels like they're injecting mystery in a sort of like, what's it called? Ex Machina.
Yeah.
That sort of thing of like, oh no, get out clause, fine, we're okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's fine, but it's there, and I didn't like it. So when they say, oh, if there's a majority vote of wanting to leave, then you can leave. I was intrigued, but I was annoyed at how they did it.
Yeah. They did the somebody dies.
Yeah.
While in the resting area.
Yeah.
And as you say, it's the realization as the money falls into the pig suspended from the ceiling that everybody's worth 100,000 won.
Yeah.
And again, not telling you, showing you, and then everyone else realizing that shit, that this is it.
That is in episode something, because that's where they all at night.
Yes,
that's that one.
That's that one, right? Yeah. Okay,
which is a pretty good scene.
Yeah. So they all decide.
End of episode 1, they bugger off.
Yeah, they're all out.
You're like, hang on, what's going on here?
How's this gonna work? And then episode 2 rocks around and they all go back.
Yeah.
They're all like, yeah, you know what? Some people made some pretty decent points and I want to go back there. He sees the old man out on the street. He's like, I want to go see my friend. He lives in this neighbourhood. I've also got a tumour. Sorry, my son will never see us again. And he's wearing...
He says he wants to go back.
Yeah, they all want to go back. The thief...
you see all of the other people's lives.
Yeah, so you
find... an episode 2.
You find out that his best friend, 288, is doing the illegal shit.
Yeah.
You find out the pickpocket has a little brother.
Yes.
In an orphanage that she's trying to get a better life, find a mother because her
Yes.
father's not around anymore. And what else do you see? You see that Snake
Face
is getting
down
killed.
on money.
Yeah,
and
he
his gang wants him dead.
Yeah, he's getting chased by his gang, so he jumps over a bridge and goes back to hide. And that's when you find out that 456 is gonna. His mum. Oh, that's it. His mum gets diabetes.
Yes,
And he
he's
can't
gonna
afford
lose her feet.
can't afford the medical bills.
Yes.
And he goes back, and we wasted half an hour.
Ali
Ali.
wants his money from his boss, and his boss doesn't want to give him the money for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is
You get paid when I get paid. Yes.
that.
Why aren't
seemed-
you as bothered that you aren't paid
Yeah.
either? If this is the case,
Because he had the money, but he was that. Yeah, it was a strange sequence because it felt like oh crap, we've got to get him back.
Yeah.
For some reason, he has to have incentive. Oh, he'll do something at work, and he'll be on the run.
yeah.
So he by accident takes his boss's fingers off with a machine. You remember?
Was it?
Yeah, because he wants the money. So he's like trying to fight the money back out of his boss's hands, and his boss goes to like steady himself, and he puts his hand in like a press.
Oh no, I can't remember that at all. All I was thinking about there was how Ali is also missing fingers,
Yes.
and it is mentioned once
Yes.
and never again.
Never again.
Never. It doesn't come into a game. It doesn't come into anything. It's just like you're a weakling.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't show those fingers, or lack thereof.
Don't show this finger. I don't know where they are.
There
I
you go.
couldn't if I tried.
Have I dropped them?
Jesus, where'd they go?
Oh,
had them when
I always
started.
leave them in a jacket pocket.
Yeah, like a cigarette.
Yeah, thinking I pick up my old winter coat. Like, that's where my fingers are. I've been looking for them.
The meme of when you put your hand in your pocket and you can't find these four things. Your fingers, Alaska, your mobile phone, keys.
Yeah. What happened in episode 2?
They all come back.
Yeah.
Not everyone. They do say like of all the people that left, almost everyone came back, and that's why the number isn't half.
It
Or
was
less than half. It is less than half. Sorry.
was it only 12 or something that didn't come back?
Something like that.
Was there a game in episode 2?
Yes, that is the honeycomb game. I think.
Is that the honeycomb one?
I think that's honeycomb.
We get introduced to I don't even know how loud woman.
Oh god.
Loud, shouty, lots of shouting. Just overacting.
Always shouting.
Just, like, it was the character and I can't fault it, but yeah, a lot of...
I don't think episode 2 had... Episode 2 might have been the one where they left. It might have been episode 2 where they left.
Right.
Episode 1 might have been where the first game finished, and then episode 2 was like, we're leaving and coming back.
Okay.
Because I think it's episode 3.
That's fine.
Anyway, they're back.
We'll just talk about the games.
Yeah,
talk about the
sort
main
it.
events.
It's chronological. Sort it.
So,
We meet the loud lady, as you
meet
say.
the loud lady, and then we go into Honeycomb, which was a flashback
Yes.
as well. They assemble the B team.
The B team is there.
And they go, right, there's 4 of us, which is it's Ali, Old Man, 218 and 456.
Yes.
And they're always like, right, we've all been lined up, we're all in our 4s, and there's some shapes in front of us.
Yes.
And they all come up with some weird anime exposition of why they've chosen that. I'm picking Circle, mate, because Circle.
I don't know. Circle.
Yeah, I'm picking. What did Ali say? I'm picking the Circle because it reminds me of the moon. That
Something stupid like that.
Yeah.
But as that's happening, your boy
218
218 has a small memory of playing this game as a child
with these exact shapes.
Doesn't tell anyone.
No, realizes and goes to tell 4, 5, 6, and then is like,
maybe not.
don't think I will. They all make it. They all do it. Well done. Through some weird what that mouth do moments. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to. Do we tell them how it works?
I mean, it's so they get given a disc honeycomb with the imprint of a shape in it.
The job is to get the shape out.
Yeah, so it was whatever shape they came up with their reason for going with. They get that. They get a pin and they chip away, and if it snaps or doesn't come out anything but perfect, they die.
They die.
The 456 comes up with the licking technique, which everyone decides to do, but a bit too late, so you'll just get domed.
Yes.
And I imagine if they'd kept up their technique. Everyone does it. Loud lady uses her lighter that she smuggled in through a vagina.
No one sees.
No, because she's under the slide.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
she's
and
under
then,
the big slide.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It cast a shadow, David. Nobody.
You can't see under there.
No. Yeah, it's common knowledge. If you light a fire in a shadow, it won't do anything.
That's true. You can't see it.
You can't see it. It's in a shadow.
Have you ever lit a fire at night? You can't see it.
No.
Not possible.
It's just smoke and smolder.
But even then, like, don't all of the guards at that point have cameras on because it's becoming apparent that they're being watched?
Yeah, it's also
so surely someone would be watching this woman.
Or
just lighten up.
Or maybe they are watching.
Could be.
But then it's the whole thing was if they're not playing fair.
Yeah, if they're not playing fair. Spoilers.
Yeah,
they die.
So they all make it. Well done. And 218 refuses to say anything again.
Yes.
A lot of people get killed during that game.
A lot of people.
I would say that was one of the big stressful ones.
Yes.
That was the one where I was like, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, they've built tension very well.
Yeah. The scenery in that one is very good because it feels both quite open space to fit everyone in and work, but it felt very claustrophobic in the camera shots.
Yeah, again, don't know why it was a big playground.
Yeah, we've said that. It's yeah, I feel like it was a big playground because it looked good. It would have the shot where the guy gets shot at the top of the slide. Why he was at the top of the slide, don't know. Makes no sense.
If I don't get this star, I'm definitely gonna die.
Whee! But can you imagine? Well, I've got to have a good time somehow.
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine being like, right, you have a certain amount of time to get this done. I'm just gonna go up there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, nice.
Can you imagine? They're all just getting domed, headshotted, like people begging for their life, and somebody's making that really screechy skin on slide noise as they're shuffling down, being like, "I only got the triangle. I'm flying, mate. Look at it. I'm sliding while I'm doing it." Yeah, and then they all get what. Because they've reconvened. They've said that we all want them to come back for our valid reasons. Yeah. Some tell them more than others. After that game, they were tight-knit. Anything else really happening?
Yes. So one of the people that fails to get their shape right is about to die, and he stabs one of the guards in the eye with his pin. And that's where you sort of meet more of the other side, because the people who are guards are wearing the red garb with black face mask with the shape on.
The shape on,
yeah. They have revolver pistols, and that's kind of it for that time. Sometimes they have MP45s.
Yeah.
MP5s. But
gun.
yeah. A gun to kill the contestants.
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets his gun and takes one of them hostage, and it's at that point you meet like the big bad at this point.
Prism face.
Yeah, who's wearing a different mask that's of a face. Yeah. And he's wearing black as opposed to red, so it's like he's in charge. And the person who takes one of the guards hostage takes the guy's mask off, takes the person who's got hostage's mask off, and he's like, "You're just a kid, what's going on here?" He then gets killed because one, he's lost, and he's like trying to do anything.
Yeah.
And then the person who's wearing the big bad mask, the black mask with black garb, kills the person who was seen, which is a bit of intrigue into the guard nature.
Yes.
And that's when they're told, "Show your face and you die."
That's rule number one.
Rule number one.
As if you're working for this organisation, you don't show your face unless it suits you. Which we'll get to that, mate.
Unless you're high and above.
Yeah, unless you see your brother.
Yeah.
And then that's it, really.
That's it. That's the end of episode
3. What was game 3?
A fine question. There are 6 games.
It wasn't the bridge. It wasn't.
Oh, it's the rope pull.
Was it tug of war?
I think it's tug of war. Yes, because that one is number 3 is the umbrella, the man with the umbrella.
Yes.
Number 3, and the next one is stick to your team. Stick to the team, and that's them all sat, ready to go.
Yeah. So tug of war.
Tug of war.
The bruisers get their bruisery team because they're like,
they're told to make a team of 10.
Yeah. No.
They're told to make a team of a particular number.
10. Yeah, you might because they all have to find a pair.
Yeah.
But during this time, we found out that there's an insider.
Yes.
There's trouble afoot. There's shit happening behind the scenes, and there's a surgeon.
Yes.
That is a contestant.
Yes.
He gets in as a contestant. Mm-hmm. Then people in the organisation find out he is a surgeon. Mm-hmm. So they're doing a bit of black market shit.
Yes.
And he is getting pulled away to do surgery on the contestants that have died or dying. To harvest their organs.
Yes.
And for doing this, he gets insider knowledge on what the next game's going to be. And sadly, after your boy dies and the money increases,
yes,
he teams up with A-Team, with Snakeface,
yes,
and gives him the insider knowledge.
Yes.
Uh-oh, that's bad.
Yes, that is bad.
So A-Team gets all the strongest guys because he knows it's tug of war.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck.
Go and find the strongest lads.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a tier thing. I thought it was going to be like winner versus winner.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that was just one go and then you just go back.
Yeah.
It was
win
like
against one team.
It was like sports day. It's like, no, you've had a go.
You've had a go.
Now go back.
You're now playing Reds. No, yeah, in that episode as well, that is the one where, because they get a drink, an alcoholic drink, and is it the egg? No, it's the one after the egg because the egg's different. But they get a food item and a drink.
Yeah.
And that's when the A-Team dudes, the aggressive ones, take more than their allotted amount. So there's not enough left for like 4 or 5 guys. Mm-hmm. And one of them kicks off and gets murdered. And that's when the first guy dies in the non-arena, in the sleeping compartment.
Yeah.
And they bring in a big prize box that is the coffin.
Yeah.
And more money goes into the thing, goes into the big piggy in the top for the winnings. And people are like, it's definitely engineered, and they say it's engineered, but that's when they twig on, oh, if I just kill everyone else here,
then
I can get a lot more money.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like one of the main aspects of episode 4. Might have been 5, might have been 4, but either way, it's around that time where they have a big fight.
Big fight. Big scuffle. What happens after... I've lost my train of thought.
They have a big fight at night, and it's planned that they're going to have a big fight at night, and a lot of people die, and your main focus is on the good guys and where the bad guys are, and the old guy disappears.
Yes. Something I wanted to say about the food thing, that's where my thought was. So you find out that A-Team takes more than their allotted food.
Yes.
However, you also find out in a little side smash cut from Prison Face that he didn't give the right amount of food to start with anyway. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah, it's weird. It seemed like something odd in the writing because it contradicts the point of it.
Yeah, in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, tell us if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's just contradicted it straight away.
There might have been something clever in the fact that like maybe they took 4 things twice, but there were 6 people in the line that didn't get food. Maybe it was something weird and particular like that. But yeah, they said, oh, it's engineered that there's going to be a fight. But in that time, it's very obvious that when the lights go out and people start fighting, all of the beds fall over.
Yeah.
And it's like a slow fall. Like, it's not being pushed.
Yeah.
A button's being clicked, and then everything falls over.
Yeah.
And that's when anarchy happens. So it makes sense when they're like, it's engineered to have a fight.
Tensions are rising.
Yeah. So loads of people die, and then the old dude appears, upset, and being like, you need to stop fighting. And then they're like, right, we'll stop it.
Yeah, the old man has spouted down from his high horse.
Yeah. And the end things.
Yeah, like I forgot about that. Looking back on now, because spoilers. Should we say the big thing?
Sod it.
Yeah, the old man is head of
the Hydra.
Didn't say that one.
No,
definitely
because it's
didn't.
stupid.
Yeah, it's madness. I mean, I appreciate the twist, but it's just a twist.
Yeah.
It didn't add any substance to it. It kind of did.
It added a few scenes. I'm not sure about substance.
Yeah. It added something to talk about and be like, I guess that's part of it now, but I don't understand a lot of the why would that be happening.
Yeah.
But for people die in the beds and everything, and then what happens in the morning?
Then it's at that point. Right, okay, we've missed quite an integral point of this.
What's that?
Do you remember the policeman?
The policeman.
There's a policeman!
Well, we'll talk about... I kind of just want to get through the game.
We'll get through the game.
Yeah, because we want to get through the book.
I think episode 5 is more about the policeman.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about him in a bit. Because, to be honest, I didn't care.
No, we'll talk about the games. We'll get that out. We'll get that through, and then we'll talk about the weird side plots.
Yes. So, episode 6 then is called Ganbu. Which is game 4.
Or is that
which is marbles.
The marbles. Yes. Yeah, because if you're my Ganbu.
You're my Ganbu.
That's the one. A weird episode.
A very strange episode.
Heartbreaking.
Yes.
If you don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, a very... Between 218 and Ali.
Yes.
It's very sad. Between...
001 and...
Yeah, between first and last.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Between 067 and...
You mean the girls get it done?
The girls get it done. I can't remember the number. Doesn't matter. Just did.
So during this, the North Korean defector, she finds another female, and she's like, well, I'll gravitate towards you then, because you look edgy as well.
Yeah.
And they become fast friends.
Yes.
And then one of them dies. They get given a bag of marbles. Yeah. The objective
they're told to find another person, and you're going to play a game with them.
Yeah.
That's all the information they've got. They were told previously that they'd make a team of 10 and you can play with them. So they're thinking, find another person, make sure they're good, and then you'll win with them.
Yes.
You're given a bag of marbles. You're told the game is marbles, or whatever it is.
The objective is get all the marbles.
Get all the marbles.
And it's your rules.
Yeah. And they're told the game is marbles, and there's this quite nice scene where a team is your boy 456 and 001, and they're like, oh, marbles, I'm pretty good at this. Oh, I'm really good at this too. Oh, great, we're going to get so many marbles from other teams. And then they say, look at your partner. That is your opposition. And there's this scene where everyone's face just drops, including the husband and wife. There's a husband and wife team. Uh-oh.
Oh dear, guess what happens?
Dear. They're given a time limit, and they're told, get the other person's marbles and you win. If you have no marbles at the end, or if you run out of marbles, you die.
Yep. I would say all main characters survive. Snakeface. Loud Woman doesn't get to play.
Yes.
Because there's nobody, because she was such a pain in the arse.
Number.
Yes, she's such a pain in the arse, and somebody died. She doesn't have a partner.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So there's some backstabbing. There's some crossing. Ali dies, which is the biggest. That's the sad one, because 218 just crosses him, and that's the true colour starting to come out. And 001 and 456
have this
weird
Alzheimer's based time.
Victimising
very much.
Yeah, you don't know how much of it is real.
Yeah.
And then you find out that while 456 has been manipulating 001, thinking that he should be forgetful, and he's just having a dementia moment, that towards the end when he's only got one marble left, it's just like, listen, I'll bet everything. I know you've been manipulating me, but you've given me a reason to enjoy this bit again.
You've helped me through this, because I think at that point there had been scenes where 001 is having a really bad time of it.
Yeah.
And 456 has been the only thing that's kept him going, which is the point of 456's character arc, is to support and help the people that need it, and that's kind of his whole deal. And this is the episode where you see the true colours of all the characters, and that's where you kind of get what every character's supposed to be. Where 456 was previously uncaring and takes himself for himself, and he needs to support and like help each character, and that's his like progression. Ali's issue is that he's too trusting, and he doesn't have enough gumption to follow through on things and be forceful,
naive,
and he's very led, and that's his downfall. 218. His thing is he's too proud, so that's why he's in the game in the first place. That's why he can't face losing to a point where he can be conniving and then do what he can to make sure someone else loses so he wins.
It's even to the point where it's snivelling.
Yes.
Where I don't care how bad I look as long as I win. Yeah.
It shows characters properly in that episode.
Yeah, because it's the I'm gonna die.
Yes.
Let's show all the flaws. Let's show everything.
100%.
And it's concentrated, because if it's a group thing, they can't do that as well. I would say, because there's too many. Well, this person would obviously interact there, and if it's just the two people just imploding.
Yes.
You could have and when they did, they had separate little storylines spread out, and they did it really well. And a lot of people died, and it was really heart wrenching.
Yes.
And the old man, which I think is the biggest point of that marbles game.
Yeah.
Old man loses. Oh, so sad.
Loses.
I can't believe it. Episode 6. Everyone said you're going to cry after episode 6.
I did. I said it.
Yeah.
I said, watch episode 6, you'll cry.
Yeah. Guess what?
Didn't.
Not a tear. I went, well, yeah. Yeah, he's dead.
What about when the two girls are playing and she just drops the marble and is like, you can win? I was like, oh, you heart-wrenching bastard.
The best bit. The old man, however, don't care. Well, it was sad, and it was the leading up to that point.
Yes.
Very, very touching. However, his death, I'm not surprised. He wasn't going to win.
He wasn't going to win.
He wasn't going to win.
That was the point of him being there.
And then it's then the further character arc of, okay, we're now dealing with this. Everyone now has this emotional baggage. They're not only physically drained, they're emotionally drained, because the people who they thought they were closest with are now dead.
They've picked these people to try and get through the game with, and they've had to kill them.
Because the whole point of it is like that all these people are against each other and with each other.
Yes.
So it's obviously going to make clicks.
Yes.
And then to break the clicks, it's a very emotionally wearing.
All of the characters are ruined after that episode, especially the husband.
Oh.
The husband and wife team. I think the wife dies.
So husband wins.
And the husband's like, I'm not okay. I want to go home. Please, can we do a vote? And everyone is silent.
Yep.
He then kills himself.
Does a big jump.
Does a big jump with something around his neck. And they take him away, add some money to the pig, and game goes on. And
then it was Bridge.
Bridge.
Bridge was, I wouldn't say as distressing. It was just, okay, this is a good excuse to kill off some major characters, and in a entertaining way. Yeah. Because we did the emotional trauma. Yeah. So now we need to do this is some big height.
Yes.
All it was. It was two planes of glass.
Yes.
In a row with spaces in between. One was single plane, one was tempered, and then a jump without.
It
was a 50-50. Yeah, it was a 50-50 shot.
It's said at the end by the old guy, you were good enough to win and you had enough luck.
Yeah.
Like, luck is a factor of it. So that was fine.
A lot of people died. A lot more colours were shown, especially from 218. That was the snapping point. Ali was, I'm conniving, I'm evil deep down. This is, okay, I've just showed everybody that I've killed somebody because he's taking too long.
That's at the end. So they slowly make their way, and there's this thing of like you can pick what order you go, but you're not told what order it is. So there's a very, not really sad, but there's a bit of an uncomfortable bit where like 4, 5, 6 is the second last person to pick their bib of where to go, and the only numbers left are first and last.
Yeah.
And he goes to the first one, and he picks it up, and the other guy's like, he gives a heart-wrenching thing of like, I really want to go first.
I've been a chicken shit all my life.
All my life I've gone last, and it's I just feel terrible about it. Please, can I go first? And like, be the first one to go. And then they get out, and it's like, right, you're in order, jumping on these panes. If you get on the right pane, you win. If you don't, you die. And he's just, the look on his face.
Fucked it, fam.
Damn it.
A little contradiction though. The whole thing is, okay, we're established in the previous episodes. It needs to be fair.
Yes, everything is fair.
Everything is. If it's not fair, because by this point Doctor's dead.
Doctor's dead because he wasn't playing fair.
Yeah, nobody was playing fair. However, some people picked some numbers, then a hint got given out.
Yes.
How is that fair?
How does that work?
How does that work, Shaw? Tricky bitch. So, yeah.
There was a few bits of that. Do you remember the guy who had worked in a glass factory? So
Yes.
he knew what tempered glass looked like from the shade.
The one that 218 kills, yeah.
But that bit was really annoying because they pick up on the fact that he worked in a glass factory, so he's got an advantage. But the entire point of previous games were tug of war, where if you had worked like and built strength through your life, you would have an advantage over someone who didn't.
Yeah.
So if you had gone to work and knew something about how glass works, how is that not a workable advantage? That really annoyed us because it was sort of like, it was as if it was supposed to be a joke, to be like, oh, he has an advantage, well guess what we can do, we can turn the lights off so you can't see the reflection. And it's like, I mean, I get what you're going for, but it just seemed like pointless.
Do we have to?
Yeah, do we really need to do that? And that annoyed us, but yeah, it was fine.
And then the game ended. And there was only 3.
There was only 3.
And it was...
They decided at the end to blow up all of the glass as like a finale.
Didn't say that one coming.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
Yeah, they're like, okay, all this glass that is now suspended.
Yeah.
We can't remove the planes and use them...
Of course.
Use them planes. Yeah, panes. We can't remove the panes and use them next year.
Yeah.
We'll blow them up. Which I think they've probably done before by the fact that they did it.
Yeah.
And sees that it injures contestants, which it did.
What was the? That was artificial drama.
Yeah, that was There's no way that we can kill off. Realistically, this girl, because if somebody comes at her with a knife,
she's trained.
Yeah,
that was her thing.
She snuck in a knife.
Yeah,
like. So she gets big shard of glass in the abdomen. Yes. Sorry, I'm very sorry. Everyone else gets a few cuts and scrapes off the exploding glass.
All in the same place.
Yeah. All in the same place. Why
all in slow motion?
Yeah.
Stupid.
They get back. She tries to bandage herself.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
She's
bleeding out.
One thing, just going back to the actual game of it.
Yeah.
Everyone hated 218 for pushing the guy.
Yeah.
If he hadn't of, they would have all died.
Yeah.
That is something that I know he made a boo-boo.
Don't get me wrong. I am 218 in Squid Game. I am that guy.
Yes.
We're all dying anyway.
Yeah.
I'll take a bit morality question it.
Because they get the reason that they're in danger of the glass shards is because they made it with a second to go, so they're all on the edge. Yeah. So the glass is at them. If he hadn't have done it, the game would have ended there and they would have all died. But at the same time, then in hindsight, the characters are like, why did you do such a thing? All that sort of thing. He had to, really. Yeah. I know it's bad, but he had to. Anyway, that is like the near final nail in the coffin of 218 being the villain of this.
Nearly.
So anyway,
Until...
they've all got glass in their face and abdomen. And she's like... oh, I might die. And then they go,
I'm feeling quite lightheaded.
Mr. Stark,
could somebody get me a glass? Could somebody get me a glass of water?
She doesn't tell anyone, which doesn't make sense. Never mind.
No, like, it would have been her story arc if she was like,
yeah,
listen, I know I've never been the most open, but
Yeah.
I'm dying here.
I'm dying, I need help.
Yeah.
And throughout the program, 456 has been like, I want you in my group, I think we can help each other. In a nice way.
Yeah.
And she said no. And then, rather than asking for help, she doesn't. But yeah, they said, congratulations, you've passed games 5 and there's only 6. Enjoy a meal. And they're giving a steak dinner and a fancy suit each.
Very nice.
For free.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
Right? They even got the numbers on the back.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
that's a nice touch. How do you reckon they made all of the suits with all of the numbers, just in case?
Oh dear.
That's quite sad.
That's a hell of a
That's
backlog.
morbid.
Yeah. Fire up the burners, boys.
But
We've
yeah.
got 453 suits.
God damn. We'll have to wait till next year. Let's hope they all fit.
Can you believe it's one size fits all? This is ridiculous.
Thank God all the bigger guys died and the short ones
my
died.
God.
You imagine how embarrassing that would be if you made it through and it was like...
You sat at the dinner table like a scarecrow because the blazer doesn't fit.
Like it's
I'm
your first-
expected to kill somebody. You're
Like-
going to play Squid Game in size 30-inch waist? Are you fucking madness?
Like
I'm going to be cutting off.
Like you're a child at a wedding and you wear your
Yeah.
dad's suit. Nothing fits.
You're just doing skids.
You can't see your shit.
I'm not wanting to be dinner just yet. I'm doing skids on the laminate. Woo.
Darren, man! Darren! You've got your food!
Oh, you've marked them. Your
You've
mum's
marked it
going to be fuming with you.
God's sake, man. Can't take you anywhere.
God, just drink
It's
your
fine.
drink
It's
your-
fine.
drink your
He's
fruit
at
shoot.
school. Oh, fruit shoot, of course. Anyway.
You're not having another J2O.
It
Go
says
see
you're
your nana.
hyper. You do skids. Look at your trousers. Look at them.
Man. I know your mother should have hemmed them.
Angelina Fibers would have sorted that, Darren. I told you.
Right, Squid Game.
Anyway, Squid Game. They're all given a meal and there's only 3 of them left.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good guy, bad guy, and cool lady.
Cool
And they're
lady.
given a steak, including a steak knife. And they finish the meal. She doesn't because she's basically dying. And they take away the meal in a very artsy shot. They take away the meal and leave the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone picks up the knife and puts it into a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
No words are spoken,
No.
but everyone knows they have knives. They're then told to get some rest.
Yeah, they'll just like go chill out
Yeah.
for a bit. The last game shall be starting soon.
Yes.
I don't know how it would have went if there was the 3 of them,
Yes.
because there would have had to be 2 attackers or 2 defenders. We'll get to
Yeah.
it.
The entire game is very engineered, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
Yeah.
almost like it's a scripted show.
weird, isn't it? But yeah, through that time when they've got time to rest,
Mhm.
they're sat at different corners of the room, and I should go back and watch it again. But in episode, I think maybe 5 or 6, I realised
Yeah.
on the back of the walls in the gymnasium where they're staying are the pictures of all of the games.
Is it?
Yes.
I like that shit.
But they do a weird thing where when I noticed they wouldn't stay on shots too long.
Yeah.
So you couldn't tell if like you could see the next game in the background. I don't think you could. I think they did it after each game so you could see it. But I don't know if remember or if I'm just being stupid and remember seeing the like a rendition of what you could imagine Squid Game looking like in the background.
Right. It would be interesting because if you've said that, and then if that's the case,
Yeah.
if it was at the end of every game while
Yeah.
they were all out, they
They
painted the
painted
mural.
it.
Yeah.
That would be quite nice.
So keep. Why does this hall always
What is
stink of
this?
paint?
Huff and
I've got a
fumes.
fucking headache.
Jesus.
You want us to? You want us to?
I've been licking honey. Do you understand how much sugar's in my
I've had
body?
a baked potato, an egg, some pop, and
An hour's sleep.
and I've sniffed paint for 23 hours.
I'm high as hell.
I want to die.
But yeah, they're given parts of the room each and they go to rest. And Baddie is staying up through the night because he might kill someone.
Yes.
And your good lad 456 is wanting to team up with 067.
Yeah.
So he goes over and is like, "Can we be friends, please? Last time, please, please, please." And she's like, "No, but you can sit."
Okay. Bye then.
I'll tell you all of my rich backstory. I'm not going to tell you why though.
No. And it's She dies. Well,
She dies.
Yeah, she doesn't bleed out. He runs over the door. He
Yeah.
tries to ask for help, and then
It's quite a nice scene where
Yeah,
she passes out. And
Yeah.
he notices the blood, and he goes at the door and bangs at the door, being like, "Please help."
and there's no reply, and all the lights come on. You think,
Yeah.
oh
They're
my
coming
God,
out.
They're actually coming
They're
to
gonna
help her. And then you see the box
And they
with
walk
the
past
bone,
him.
and they walk past, and then you turn back, and there's a very nice shot, and they did it very well. They didn't show it from some weird angle.
Yeah.
They showed it from 456's angle.
Mhm.
Do a second. I'm dying. They show it from his angle,
Looking back at
looking back, and just seeing him 218 stood above, and you know exactly what's happened.
Yes.
As soon as you see the box,
Yeah.
you know what's happened.
Yep.
And then, yeah,
Yeah, he runs over and tries to be like, "No, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
nothing's
Don't
happened.
worry."
And she's like, I wasn't hungry, and he put a steak knife in my throat.
The irony. That's what's killing me.
You could cut the tension in here with a knife. Call me tension.
The bloody serrated knife. Imagine that. Oh, damn.
You'd feel that on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be fuming.
Probably
You
still had some meat on it.
should feel sick if she didn't have that massive hole in her stomach. I feel sick. And it's just onto her lap.
Oh. God damn.
So yeah, then they have a bit of a tussle, and the guards in there like, no, there needs to be
Save it for the game.
Yeah, there needs to be a little show, and he gets a boop in the head with a gun butt,
Yeah.
and then they wake up and they're playing Squid Game.
Yeah. They get taken out. They flip a coin.
Yeah.
And he says, "Do you want to 4, 5, 6 wins?" And they say, "Do you want to attack or defend?" In a very like anime shot, he goes, "Attack."
You chose violence today.
I choose violence, and wouldn't you know it, it's the game from the first shot.
No way.
It's Squid Game.
It's Squid Game. It's what they played as children. And there's dirty techniques. There's a bit of sand thrown,
Yeah.
blinding.
It's
a fight.
There's a bit of like not really subtext conversation outside of the game that we haven't talked about, where people are asking what the game is, and it's like, it is Squid Game.
Yeah.
It is a South Korean game.
There
are no rules.
By this point, you find out who this secret society running the game is, and that it's a bunch of different nationality, eccentric billionaires who bet money on the games, and it's how they get the rocks off.
Yeah.
And because they've got so much that nothing satisfies them anymore.
It's like a mix of Hostel and Hunger Games.
Yeah, Hostel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good,
Some people with money and terrible tastes can afford to put something like this on.
Yeah. And then they do the over exposition.
Yes.
They've written.
Terrible?
It isn't terrible because it's the exact same way that they're written in anime. White Western people or white people, Caucasian, written. It's like, right, how do white people sound?
Yeah.
It's which I can't blame them because it is how it's like
Yeah.
if you're writing somebody from Texas as a South Korean person, you're probably just going to hit the stereotypes the exact same way we do.
Yeah.
And imagine if a white person writes a Dutch person into a movie.
Christ.
The stereotypes.
It's awful.
So yeah, that's all over exposition.
Yeah. That's in the background.
There's a bit of a tussle, and then it ends with 456 trying to quit it because he doesn't want to kill his friend, even though
there's a very good, well done fight scene that plays well as two people that don't know how to fight fighting to death.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good.
It's very stumbled out the pub.
Yes.
At 2:00, but they're also emotionally and physically just completely drained.
There's it's some good fight scening, and like there's bits where the knives are used, which is really nice. not really nice. It's just well done, and it's
like the bit through the hand.
It's very good because up until now, you know that the program doesn't pull its punches when it comes to like kind of gore. So you know that the fight scene isn't going to be like a stupid Avengers thing where it's like punch, punch, punch. Ooh, blood in the nose. Never mind.
It's not like I'm going to punch you.
Oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah, I've punched you once, and I'm going to throw you.
That must be like.
So a very dramatized Korean show, and all of a sudden, whoa!
We've got these weights in the corner. You've got to lift these beforehand.
This is the final game.
Get into the
beat the strong man.
But yeah, there's two quite good bits where you get a knife through the hand protecting himself, which is
a classic.
Yeah, a classic. But there's a bit that isn't seen in many other fights where the 218 is stood over him and he's really going for it, and 456 has a chance to like fight back and he bites into the other guy's leg. Yeah, like properly and then spits goes it out. For it. Yeah, and that bit was like, oh yeah, okay, we're in here. That's good.
There's a favourite of mine, which is a leg stab.
Yeah,
because there's nothing. There's the meatiest part of a human is the thigh.
Yeah.
So to get like a big one in a
knife,
it sticks well. It's because you can almost feel if a stab wound in the abdomen. You can't imagine that pain. But we've all felt a sharp pain in the leg. Something like you've caught your leg on something or something mad. You can kind of visualize the fuck,
Jesus Christ,
and
it'll hurt to move.
Yeah, that is stuck in there.
The thing that you realise you move whenever you move any part of your body, your legs, because you're stood up, and it's gonna hurt like hell.
And if I pull it out, I might bleed to death. And then it's the right. I don't want this fight anymore. We've stabbed each other. We're bleeding now.
We're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't care about the money. I've won the game.
Yeah.
But I don't want
the money isn't going to help me here.
No, I've lost all worth for that money.
Yes.
And instead of taking this final gesture of friendship, he's like, "Okay, bye." And it's real nice. It's a real touching moment. But it was it wasn't like a ritualistic seppuku in a weird turn of phrase, and I'm not being that guy, but you know what I mean. But it was such just a
okay, bye.
a quick jab to the neck.
No, you. I don't want to play anymore. Tough shit. I'm going home.
Oh,
damn it!
It's I don't want to be knocked out again.
I can't go back, man. You bit my leg. I don't want to show people this.
That's gonna be a weird scar.
Yeah.
How'd you get that scar? My best friend bit me while we were playing Squid Game.
Wow. Did you call the police? No, I'd stabbed him in the thigh.
So fair.
Fair. And through the hand.
And then he dies, and then it's like, okay, I guess he's redeemed himself, even though he's just really committed suicide.
Yes.
So he's still a piece of shit. And 456 wins.
Yeah.
Everything, and the game is over, and it's just get back to normal.
Yeah, and he doesn't.
No.
Because funnily enough, he just met 455 other people, and they're all dead.
They're all dead, and each 100,000 that he spends is worth a life. Yeah. So it's done very well, where he isn't some extravagant, right, I'm fixing all my problems with money.
Well, that's the thing. In the time that he's gone, his mom's dead.
Yeah, got back. She's died from the diabetes.
He's come back to be like, well, I've just gone through this traumatic thing, but at least I can possibly make a difference. And the thing that you wanted to go in for the money for, you can't fix.
No. His daughter is still probably going to move away.
His daughter's gone because at the end he might get on a plane. So we'll get to that bit because that pissed me off.
Weird ending.
Stupid. Yeah. So he's in this sort of emotional turmoil where he doesn't know what to do with himself, and then he goes to the beach, and this woman says, "Rose, would you like a rose, please?" It's midnight, and this woman's just
she's like,
come up to him.
Hello, dearie, I've got a basket full of roses, and if I don't sell them all, they'll wilt.
They'll kill
Pick
me.
some more roses then.
Don't sell them at night, you idiot. You've come to a lone man on a beach.
That fucking nutbag. I'm a homeless man drinking a beer, and I was like, oh.
Do you take card? But yeah, he gets this rose, and then within the rose is a bloody Squid Game card. No, it's a card that says from your Ganbu.
Yeah.
Ganbu.
Ganbu, the old man.
Your old man come to this address. How did the woman get this? Is she in it?
Don't know.
Is she?
But that means that's another loose end on top of the loan sharks.
Stupid.
And that's only part of 456's story.
Yes.
Can you imagine how many loose ends are with these other people?
Hundreds of them.
But before we get to the old man and I would say the wrap up of the pod, we'll talk quickly about the weird side, and really, it didn't affect the show at all, apart from our knowledge.
Yes.
It only gave information to us, which you can say is the point of the show.
Yes.
But it adds literally nothing. If you hadn't seen it, it adds nothing to it.
Yes.
We're talking about the copper.
Yes.
And how it was very interesting how this copper wanted to find his brother that went missing, and it was we'll just do a quick sum up. If that's all right.
In episode 2, there's a good bit where any normal human who has been in this game and sees loads of people die goes straight to the police. Because that makes perfect sense. I've just watched loads of people die. Please, can you help? I don't know what's going on. And the police laugh it off. In a not very realistic way.
In the funny policeman not doing a donut, like...
Lol, can you get a load
Chief
of this
Wiggum.
guy? Jeez. When realistically, you could have been like, I know this guy's name, search him, is he missing?
Yeah.
That's all he needed to do.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Even when he saw the old guy and he's like, you were in the game, you can be someone who actually helps me with this crap, because hundreds of people just died and no one's doing a thing about it. There's that whole thing, and while he's in the police station...
Put other police in on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The younger policeman who's in the office hears about it and sees the card, because they try and ring the card because he still has the card. Which is the whole thing. And he's like, there must be something in this because his brother's gone missing. And this story of this man gets taken up off the street and he's in huge amounts of debt, and there's the winnings and all that sort of thing makes sense to him, so he wants to go into it more and he tries to follow up, and then he follows the cab with the gassed people to the loading area, and then gets in the cab, and then he's in the back line of the games, and that's how he's in it.
And he becomes a guard.
He steals an outfit.
There's some weird things to do with the surgeon and the organs, but then again, they all die.
Yeah.
Well, most of them die. So
and you would have still known about it without him being there.
Yep. Again, it's fine. It's just interlocking
It's fine.
stories.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then it's the going through the files and the staking out the compound, and you find that his brother, the one that he's looking for, the one with the one kidney, and this is all clues.
Yeah, all clues.
You find that he was a contestant, and that he was in fact a winner.
Yes.
In 2015.
Yes.
So we then later find out that Prism Face, after doing a bit of chasing and I know there's a copper here and Prism Face is coming after us, you find out that there's a confrontation on top of a hill. After the policeman swam away, finds some scuba gear, there's a tracker. Prism Face takes his mask off. And it's the brother.
I think.
Why is it the brother?
Why?
I thought, is it like the previous winner from the year before? Does he
Then
take the
has to
mantle?
be,
Yeah.
But the dates don't work.
But no. So why is it his brother? I get it, setting up for season 2. But what happens if you didn't get a season 2? Why is it his brother? Why is he doing this?
It's not good.
He's a winner. He's part of the game now.
Yeah.
We'll probably find out this later.
Yeah.
Getting back to the end.
Just before we go,
go for
there's
it.
more
Go
to
for it,
that.
man. Go
so
for
when
it.
he said they know that he's there, and then suddenly there's a tracker, and they know that there's a police officer there, and they need to find him, and they know kind of where he is, and he swims away. They know that he's swimming away in scuba gear, and that there's a tracker on them, and they get in a boat to catch up.
Yeah.
And him just swimming
Yeah.
gets to another island
Yes.
before they catch him in a boat.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Is that BS? That's all.
He had a good lead. He had one more kidney than Prism Face.
That's true. That's what slows him down.
Yeah.
They're like, boss, the boat's ready. He's like, hang on.
Wait a minute.
I need to drink a few more glasses of water.
Got to hook up to my dialysis.
Jeez.
Then so he copper dies.
Yep.
Brother shoots him.
Mm-hmm.
Brother takes off the mask, as then we find out.
Yep.
Breaking the rule.
Yep.
And none of the other people there, none of the other, is it pink or red?
Red.
The jumpsuit, shape faces.
Mm-hmm.
None of them go.
Hang on.
Question.
Wait a minute.
How? So, I don't want to be shot or
you know
anything.
that kid who showed his face, and it wasn't really him who showed his face, got shot by you.
Yeah. And now you just give your face to the police.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, man.
Is your brother definitely dead?
Because I just saw
him fall. We'll get back to it. It's fine.
It'll be okay. Don't worry.
I think that is that storyline.
That's it.
Yeah.
Somehow
he has a little somehow. Well, not some. He has a weird flirty ball grabby thing with one of the eccentric billionaires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then that was kind of it for the police's story.
Yeah.
And then it was 4, 5, 8 to go see the old man, and then you find out the old man's
man's been running it. He's the head man.
He was the owl.
Yeah,
he was the owl mask. He was
the person who organised it. The prison face is sort of like the,
and it was very Jigsaw.
It was.
He has a tumour, same as Jigsaw.
Yeah, he wants to be in on the games.
He wants to see it. Yeah, like Jigsaw. He thinks that a lot of people are wastes of life, and that a lot of people wouldn't give help.
Mm-hmm. His last thing is to play a game.
Yeah, life and death.
Yeah,
and he loses, and 4, 5, 6 is so he doesn't really get many answers apart from the old guy didn't find enjoyment in life anymore.
Yes.
And that's why he was part of it. Mm-hmm.
His excuse is like people who have no money and people who have too much money have the same issues.
Yeah.
Of like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It might not have been that thing, but like his excuse for wanting to build this is he wants to be in on it because he wants to have fun. Like it's tarted up, but that is his point.
Yeah.
And I was so annoyed when they did that because it was so irrelevant and it put all the previous information pointlessly in jeopardy, because the entire point of the game is you come into the game, everything's equal, everyone dies if you don't win.
Uh-huh.
He failed, didn't die. When they had the fight at night, he definitely should have died and didn't, and he wasn't on screen and they're looking for him. He was most likely gone and came back.
When was that?
When there's the fight at night.
Yes.
And they're like, where is he? He was here, where's he gone, where's he gone? And
yes.
Suddenly he appears on the top of one of the beds. I think it was the only one that wasn't tipped over.
Yep.
Alright, okay. And his say goes, and I feel like he had an unfair advantage, which basically puts the rest of the game's point out of the question because they're not fair anymore.
No, everything was in his favour because somebody knew more knowledge. Well, he might have known, he might not. It could have been the game. But all in all, I think that old man technically won the game because he made 4, 5, 6 mop up his piss.
Yeah. He really won the moral of the game.
And I reckon that's worth a 0.5.
0.5. That's where the rating is. Uh-huh. No, I get you. That makes sense now. So
in just over 2 hours, I think we've pretty well summed up Squid Game, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was. I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes out.
I'm not, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the exact ending and how it could possibly lead into. Because he realises that he's got this money and he should be using it, so he goes get a nice haircut.
Turns out red.
Very red.
Red hair.
Bizarre. Took us out of it quite a lot.
A smidge.
Weird.
Maybe it's a different culture that we don't understand.
Yeah, and it was like you find somebody who's the same guy in the suit from the first
Someone
one.
playing the game that got him into it in the first place.
Gets the card, rings up, wants to get involved. They know exactly who's ringing. Mm-hmm. And as he's getting on the plane to go see his daughter, he turns around. He's like, "The game just begins." And why?
That was the decision that I hate, because it was the decision that either could it end, this is the one season we're doing, I hope you enjoy it. And instead they decided season 1's going to do great. Let's see what we can do in season 2.
Yeah. I hope it's good. Like,
yeah,
you've got a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, I don't know how you can make a story out of it though.
Yeah,
because you know kind of what the games are going to be. There's going to be no intrigue as to the characters.
Yeah.
It has to be fully character based, and it has to be new games. Because it now just becomes watch people play 6 games.
Because there's no other way to. Because it's just going to become Saw again. But he's going to be the copper. He's like in the Saw franchise. He's going to be the one who rocks up while it's happening, or just after, or this person just got away,
chasing it.
Yeah. Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Yeah. Watch it.
Why not? It's a bit of time out your life.
Fuck it. It'll kill it'll kill an hour or two.
It will.
Why not? But I think that's a pretty good podcast. I think that we've filled that pretty well.
Yeah. If you haven't watched Squid Game, you just did. That's it.
If you haven't and you've listened to this, well done.
Well done.
You're nuts. That's a mental thing to do.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what, these two guys on their 6th episode
didn't even talk about half the stuff that goes on.
We hit the key points.
Yeah.
People died. Like, don't expect everyone to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.25.
I'm staying at my 6.
That's fine. You've died on that hill.
Now that we've spoiled spoilerific chat, we can talk about some of the things of why we've said what we've said, because I reckon previously to the last podcast where I said first episode is great, hope the rest are good. First episode was great. I think that there were good points in the remaining episodes, but not as good as the first one. I think that's why I didn't like it. And some of the characters were crap. And the ending was awful.
The ending was poor. Poorer. It wasn't bad, just poorer than the rest. It teetered off.
Yeah.
Around the first third of it was real nice. Yeah. And then the second and third was, I'm curious to see where this is going.
Yeah.
And then the last bit was like, this is feeling really hammed up.
Yeah. You've made some choices and I don't know what you have.
Yeah. I enjoyed it though.
I feel like it could have been, because we talked about this previously, saying like, how could it have been better? I feel like if they hadn't have given as much detail as to why the games are happening, would have been better. That bit of mystery would have been much better, because it wasn't needed, because the whole point of the show was like the games and the characters. If it had kept it so you don't see the bad guy, so you don't know why these people are doing things, you just know there's a strange hierarchy and you see someone sometimes, that would have been way more powerful than being like, oh, there's these guys that pay a load of money and that's why you're in the games. And it's like, cool, man.
Because then it's
this
not
is trash.
It's not threatening. It's not threatening. It's just kinky.
Yeah. It becomes more of hostile than it needs to be.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of comparisons to Hunger Games, Hostel, Saw, and it's all fair comments, but yeah, very, very good for the start of the cinema.
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
Yeah, how do I put this? Artistically,
yes,
incredible.
Yes,
pacing and writing, good years' work.
Yeah,
but not bad.
And still good.
Yeah, still good.
Like comparing it to other things that we're watching right now, definitely up there.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sex Education?
Oh
Jesus.
Dear. Why? Stop making it cringy for no reason. Talk like a normal human.
Christ.
Weirdos. Should we end it?
Yeah.
I think we've done enough. We haven't done an ad.
Oh crap!
The ad is going to be fuming. And who's our sponsor this week, David?
So glad you asked. Where do you remember before when we were talking about Apple? Apple's actually sponsoring. I didn't tell you before.
Oh, we were talking about before. Like, wow.
Yeah, we actually got the Apple money.
Where is it?
Well, I've spent it. Ethereum is really doing well at the minute.
And that's really what the ad is.
Yeah.
Purchase Good Evening Boy NFTs.
That's it.
And, I don't know, buy Dogecoin, I guess. Everyone else seems to be backing Elon Musk.
Is that our hot take?
Fuck it, why not?
Well, on this fine Monday.
Yeah, I mean, happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Good evening,
boys.
Good evening.